Good morning, MYN family. I hope that you are well and healthy. Today I am following the example of Jesus when he used stories and nature, for example sheep and ants, to illustrate his messages. Now, a group of scientists were studying the incredible ability of the flea, who can jump a height of 30 centimeters, which is 100 times its own height. Fleas were then placed in a glass jar of 25 centimeters with a lid. The fleas soon discovered that when they jumped normally, they would knock up against the lid. This was uncomfortable and painful, so they adapted their jumps to 23 or 24 centimeters. In our case, an invisible virus came along, and like the flea, we were also locked down. Number one, just like the fleas, a lid was put on all our activities. At level 5, we were severely restricted. Churches, schools, and restaurants were closed. No walks on the beach. Traveling bans were imposed. Number 2, just like the fleas, we experienced discomfort and pain. The discomfort of wearing a mask, the pain of seeing loved ones suffering, and the pain of losing family and friends, the loss of a job or reduced income. Number 3, just like the fleas, we had to adjust. But in our case, it's a matter of life and death. Following protocols, social distancing, and avoiding super spreader events. The age-old handshake has disappeared completely, being replaced by an elbow greeting or a fist bump. And this is the new normal. Now, the question we can ask ourselves during this time: do we allow COVID-19 to diminish our faith or reduce our church activities and participation? We have to embrace technology. For example, MYN reaching out by means of Facebook. Our church council meetings are done now by means of Skype. The brass band just gathered in Elim recently to prepare for their upcoming performance. So we have to adapt. A church is not the building. After all, we, the congregation, we are the church. So when the church doors are closed, the messages must still go out via Facebook, email, voicemail, etc. When asked what this time has taught him, a man replied that he now knows that his temperature varies between 34 and 37 degrees. Now let us not echo those sentiments, but rather let us be inspired by the following poem called If This Time by Kevin McCormack. And in this poem, he makes observations of the world in the grip of the virus, and he tries to tell us how to cope with it. He tries to inspire us. If this time has taught us anything, it is that Earth, the tiny speck in this universe, is both wonderful and wondrous. And the beauty around us can unlock the beauty within us. And that the only person to whom you should ever compare yourself is to whom you were yesterday. If this time has taught us anything, It is to see the world through our own eyes. Begin by looking at yourself. Look honestly and look gently. Look inward with compassion and kindness, and look outward with humility and appreciation. It is that the opposite of love is not hate but fear. And our greatest fear is losing that to which we've become attached to. Yesterday is heavy, so put it down. Seeing the beauty in the world around us is the first step in purifying and clearing the mind. If this time has taught us anything, it is that you pay attention to the things for which you are grateful. You soon then will forget about what you think you are missing. And on the days when your head wants to hang low, it's important that you lift up your head and look up. If this time has taught us anything, it is this. If true love conquers everything, then self-love is not vanity, but it gives us the fortitude to do so. Know that you are more than your scars. It has taught us to start again and what it is to fight back, to beat our own pathway without seeking the approval of others. If this time has taught us anything, it is this, that hope is not a wish, but it matters, and we cannot live without it. It is a course of action, a combination of mind and heart. The future can be better, and it can be brighter, and we each have the power within us to make it so. There will be challenges to face along the way, but there is a source of resilience deep within us all. If this time does not teach us that time itself is precious, then we would have missed the lesson. Every day is a gift to begin again and to grasp with both hands the fresh opportunity to learn, unlearn, and relearn, if this time is not wasted. So now is the time, Moravians, that we are called upon to live out our amazing Moravian motto. In essentials, unity. In non-essentials, liberty. And in all things, love. So run the race of life. But remember, if you run it alone, it's just a race. But if you run it with God, it's called grace. So run your race of life. Run it with courage. Run it with dignity. Run it with pride. Run it with humility. Run it with compassion. Run it with passion. Run it with love. Be safe and be blessed. I thank you.